Hello. Oh boy. Hello. Hi, everyone. Good September to you all. I'm making sure that we're here working. Yes, I think everything is working fine, I hope. Let's see. Okay. I think it's all on. I just want to make sure we are on the air. I see a few of you. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. On our first Wednesday of September 2019. So you're seeing that I'm hoping that everything is sounding okay. So just let me know if you can't hear. We have been testing and working the system again and again. And so for now, I think it is working enough for you to hear me and see me to a certain degree. I just don't know how good the quality of the picture is yet. It's new computer time. Okay. Yes, good. Okay. Visual is still fuzzy. I think it's the best we'll get for today. Okay. Sorry about that if the visual is fuzzy, my friends. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I think what it is my computer is old. It's not that old, but how things change these days, it's old. So looks like I'm going to get a new computer. So I'm so happy you're here live with me. And for many of you, you know that I have been in a major transition. So pardon, my background is a sort of makeshift situation. It is a part of the Golden Temple that I do with the Divine Feminine. It's set up that way because of our last temple space. But the overall is that my life is in a major transition and things are not settled yet. So it is like it is now on the visuals. So I'm sorry about that, but it is a beautiful temple space, actually. So we are in September. And for our call today, I was meditating in the sunshine, and I felt pulled to call a gateway card, one of my favorites as well. So I'm going to pull us a card for the month, kind of a theme. Well, this one just popped out. Well, that's great. I said for a theme. I said a theme for the month. And then this one literally popped out. And I like it. I've never actually seen this card. So let's see what it says. Making a difference. My inner light shines far and wide. I like that. And I'm going to read that for us, actually. I was feeling as I was tuning in to all the energies and the various ways my own distraction comes up because I'm personally in such a major transition that the head and the mind can just go on and run off in circles and distractions that distractions that we were being guided. I was being guided as I was doing this sort of meditation, downloading in the sun, to listen to all the themes. So I don't know if there's a one theme thing today. Let's see. This card particularly says, you are making a difference in the lives of others in ways that you may not even know. Many benefit because of you. Your light radiates far and wide. And what the universe wants you to know with this card is sometimes the smallest actions can have the greatest impact. Perhaps it's a smile shared with a stranger, a kindness extended to an acquaintance, or a favor done for a friend. This is akin to the story about the man who returns beached starfish to the sea. Although he knows that he cannot possibly save them all, he continues his work because it makes a difference to the few he can save. You can and will change lives. Take steps today that will make a difference in the life of another. And questions to ask yourself this month: how can I make a difference? Whose life is positively impacted because of me? What can I do to make even more of a difference in the world? Wow, I think that's a great card for sure for all the things that we are all collectively going through. That's for sure a big consciousness shift, revolution, interior, inside of ourselves first, I believe, is what's happening in very strong pushes for us to expand continuously. And sometimes we need those inner shifts and retreats to go deeper inside of ourselves. So yeah, it is a beautiful and important message. Thanks, Kathy, because we are all collectively feeling the way that this world is shifting. And, I do try to remind people on a regular basis about how much Osira has, for the many years that I've been channeling them. They have been reflecting to us and supporting us and reminding us that we are in a major life-altering, world-altering transition where we are literally creating a new world. And when they were talking about those things back in 2008 or 2009, 10, I can just remember 2010 and 11, building up to 2012, about how much the world was going to change and how that we were the perfect ones for what was coming down the road. And as you all know, I love astrology, so I'll say this little piece. I was listening a couple of days ago to a conversation some people are having about the astrology for September, some version of this idea that we are shifting from 2014, these themes that were in 2014 that are kind of up, and we are clearing them this 2019. I find this all to be just such a fascinating way to not have the past dictate your life, but to have touchstones to the past. Because the more you look back, the more you can get stuck, in my opinion. That's just me, my opinion. I definitely do it. The more you look forward, the more you have your eye on where you want to go. And so I'm always turning my attention as much as I can future facing forward. It's one of my favorite phrases that I say a lot, future facing forward, because if I'm facing forward, I'm expanding into the greater potentials of what I can be and do. I'm not focused on the past. And yet, where we have been has been very important for us to have the touchstones, so we know where we are wanting to continue to grow into, or where we want to continue to go into. And as we are evolving this new human consciousness, it is not easy, because we have to be these, like what we talk about in the Golden Temple, these pillars of light. To be a pillar of light on this planet means we have to know how to hold our own. We have to be these autonomous, sovereign beings with the understanding of why you are here, why I am here, why it is that we are in this body, this lifetime, at this time. And that, I think, one of the greatest traps is how we distract ourselves and minimize our greatness, how we cut ourselves down, how we don't believe in ourselves, how we have to overcome a lot of the programs that are set into humanity and the old ways of being. And this is a time for shedding those old ways of being. This is a time for us to keep really, truly aligning to the higher frequencies and becoming that pillar of light. And that the more you come to know who you are, the more you come to anchor those codes of goodness, of light, of choice making that is really in the highest integrity, really in the highest consciousness, really in the highest effect for your own karma and the world's karma, if you will, that we then accelerate that we are that container of light. We accelerate that we are holding that frequency. And then the more of that we hold, the more we vibrate that into our existence. And then the more that we vibrate that into our existence, the more people, the more places, the more situations come that we literally attune and I want to say roll out the light frequency so that more hold it in this world. So that's really like this bigger picture, little picture of how it is that we are so important to the bigger game being played here. So that those things those things are the things I think about all the time, and I really do. And then I notice how much my human mind gets in the way sometimes. So I'm just here this month to remind you to be in connection with meditation, being in connection with silence, being in a deeper conversation with your inner being. I am finding that the more I challenge myself to do that, sometimes the more gets in the way of it. And that's a greater opportunity for me to keep growing into that place. It's not always easy. You know, sometimes I just personally feel like I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And then other times I'm like, I'm so in the right place. And it's so interesting is sometimes I'm in that place simultaneously. I'm a chicken with my head cut off and I'm so in the right place. And I have the divine understanding of the bigger picture. So living on earth at this time is just, you know, quite a ride. The more that I find, the more that I listen inside. So this is one of my messages I wanted to share with you today, is to really consider how you are listening within and how you are asking your highest self to be the guide and the guardian to your light pillar, that you ask deeply, what is it that I need to know? What is it that makes me the greatest version living in this body now? How can I be more of that? And then sit in silence and listen to the interior guidance, you know, listen to how we all, how you can align to your greater truths. But if we are always running around and not getting centered and not getting into meditation and into the silence, we don't hear the same way. We get very easily distracted. So that's just one little tidbit that I wanted to offer you for September, as I feel that the energies are, we are still in this interesting transition of, how can I say that? I feel that the word, I hear them right now, shedding. We are still really shedding off some things that we don't need. It's why we're asking ourselves how we want to live. It's why people in the world, and a lot of people I know, sometimes myself included, are asking the questions about how you really want to live and what you will not live anymore. I really think that that's what I'm hearing more and more, not just for myself, but like in the collective and with my clients and things. I'm hearing how you're asking yourself how you don't want to do some of the things you've been doing, whether or not that's a job or relationships, how you make your money, how you handle your family dynamics, you know, the important things of life, how you choose and don't choose your health and your wellness. These are, I think we are asking those because we need to shed off old ways that really won't be serving this next level growth process that we are stepping into as a collective of humanity. So I do know that we're expanding and growing. I don't feel I don't feel like we're through. I think we're in still this process. We're not like landed. I feel like another thing that is clear to me too is that we are really aware on some level that things are not going back to another way of being. They're like how we may have felt in any other time before. We are going only forward, and it's a new reality. We just don't have our feet on the ground fully. We just don't understand this energy yet. And so we're learning how to navigate that regularly. So it's a fun and wild ride right now, isn't it? So I just don't feel like I have a lot to say for myself personally. I feel like for those of you who are happy to be here in this container with me still and are doing this on monthly call, I'm so grateful for you, and I really appreciate those of you who are here live. I see you and I thank you for that. And then for all the people who this goes out to, which there's a large list of people who will listen on the replay, I hope. Thank you for being still a part of this transmission. And so for September, I'm really feeling like it's just like, let's hear from Osira and align to the highest information. I wanted to bring you in, though. When I woke up this morning, I sat up and I did a mini meditation in my bed, actually, because I just needed to feel like I got back into my body and got grounded. And then later, a little bit later, I went out into the sunshine. And so when I was first meditating, I was thinking about the call. And I kind of got some clues and some guidance about being in the call today and offering us to kind of get centered together to open up this channel and this portal of opportunity with Osira together. So what I would like to do is just do a little mini breathing and a little mini guided meditation just to bring us all into the space together. And then I'll just go into the channeling with Osira. So I hope this serves you and I hope you enjoy it. So if you wouldn't mind, we'll just move right into this. And we'll just go right into it. Okay. So if you would, hopefully you have at least the ability to sit up and drop your awareness into the present moment. Hopefully, you're at a place where it's not too distracting. So if you can, and I hope that you can, or at least you'll come back to this, sit up straight, and I'm just going to guide you. So you can close your eyes and sit up straight. Sorry, I feel them coming in really strong. Yeah. All right, so bringing your attention to the present moment and taking in a deep breath, however feels good for you. Okay, so I'm going to guide you with a bit of breath. Some of you have done the breath work with me. Some of you have not. Just for a moment, center and pay attention to your breath. And drop your awareness directly down into your heart space. Connect there. And allowing yourself to get centered and present. Take in a deep breath into the nose. Now, breathing in and out through the nose. We'll do this 3 more times. In through the nose, out through the nose. In, out. And on the top one, in this inhale, hold it. Hold it. And release. And just feel for a moment your center. And stay centered in that soft, gentle feeling, just following my words and just softening into your heart space, relaxing the body-mind, bringing yourself to the present moment, feeling and connecting to the physical body, and yet letting it soften and relax. And notice the vibrations in your body. Any area where you need to put some love and attention, you can. As you allow your body to gently be vibrating, energetically paying attention to where your attention is. And if you can allow yourself, bring your attention right down into your dantian, just your belly area, your third chakra, golden light in the center of your being, dropping your attention there, feeling the fullness of your beingness. And we call back to ourselves the attention of your higher self in a beautiful conversation of connection. Just allowing yourself to become greater than the thinking mind. Feeling the edges of the space around you, or feeling that there are no edges to the space around you. Feeling the fullness of your body-mind connection and your light, your soul, how it is that you are total beingness in this present moment. And as you stay in this very tuned in space, as you allow yourself to just be soft and open and available to the highest information, the highest light, the highest love, the highest wisdom, allowing yourself to be very open and receptive to the highest in the greatest and the best ways. Just staying in that place, in that way within yourself. And you can stay here and allow your body to be relaxed, your attention keyed in to the higher wisdom codes that Osira is going to bring in, and to allow it to transform and illuminate your consciousness, your soul, and your higher self in this merging, being in the physical body. So as we do that, and as you stay very keyed in, tuned in, I'm going to step away in my space here and allow Osira to come through. Indeed, greetings to you, dear ones. We are that one known as Osira, and we are in fact overjoyed to be in this alignment with you. We are recognizing you. We are recognizing this connection on the many multi-dimensional levels of consciousness that it is and we are reaching. We are recognizing the time continuum and how this will continue to benefit. We are recognizing the reverberations through your physical, emotional, light bodies that is in connection to you in this very moment. It is a beautiful opportunity that we are recognizing that our beloved channel has played the platform for, and it is a momentous time, yes, indeed, upon your planet. We are recognizing, too, that there is a need and a call to the attention of this physical body for our beloved channel, that we continue to allow the space to amplify and keep growing with her as there is an evolution in consciousness happening within this beautiful being herself. And when we say that, we are resonating that is coming for and towards you all, each individually too, on your journey, not only with us on the multidimensional realms in the physical world as you are seeing it, experiencing it, and knowing it, but on the many light bodies that you are participating in and with as the oneness of your wholeness. So what we say that for is to recognize that in and of itself, that our beloved channel has been our channel for a very long time. There is a need for recalibrations at various junctures. And one of the things we are saying this for is how the recalibration is happening for our beloved channel as a direct reflection to each and every one of you. Your own life requires recalibrations for certain. And as that certainty of recalibration lays in on the very foundational levels of your lifetimes, in the lifetime that you're experiencing now, you know on a certain level you're being called up to greater expanses within you. We say this as the bridge of direct connection to our beloved channel, because we are having to, in a certain sense, slow down the vibrations that move through our beloved channel. The energies that she has been participating with in regards to the divine feminine has literally illuminated, more than that, expanded the system in the physical body to a very large degree that we say to you all, you have capacities for bigger than you've ever imagined in your very own lives. She is just but a kind of representation of that. It is a way to be easily pointing to how it is you all can expand. And then there is a time when you have expanded, when you need very much to stabilize and go back in and check which systems are still working and which have blown out, which do not work anymore. She is a good pointer for that. We are using her as the example. You all have places in your life, in your lives, and in areas where it is time for you to go back in and check your systems. What is working for you? What is not? How is it that you have recalibrated through these last 3 months, particularly so strongly, especially with the eclipses and the very strong moon energies and the very strong sun energies and the ways in which the light frequencies and the consciousness of humanity is literally amplifying itself? You are all looking at the quote, dark and the light in varying degrees, based upon where you are in your own experience of light and the dark inside of transformation that you have come forth for. What we mean by that is simply that there are places within you that the shadow is done doing its work. And it is time for you to clear those places and open the new frequencies, the channels. It is literally like saying to you the idea of the train tracks. Some train tracks, they close them and they put the shift on the track itself, and the track itself moves, and no longer can you take that same route you always took. So now the train tracks have shifted for many, many, many of you. It is vital that you understand that that is a part of the process. The reason we're bringing this in this day is because when we used our beloved channel at the beginning and the onset, it's because we wanted to have you see how it is that we are participating with our beloved channel in a different way. We are bringing the energies down. It is not vital for her physical body any longer, helpful for her physical body any longer to be in the word, super amplified with all that we can come through with. And so we are, adjusting to how it is The other part of that is this. We have been in an assessment and union with our human friends in many, many of the earth years as you understand it, recognizing how it is that best serves you to take in information, to take in these codes that we too transmit, the ways in which we offer the revelations of your times, the ways in which you can have the inner revolutions within yourself can be received so much greater if we slow down our frequency. We have always come in very long, large, and powerful at times, you could say, sometimes debilitating our system with our beloved channel. So we are in recognition with so much love and joy that that was all perfect because there was a fine, let us go back, a fine refinement. There it is. There was a refinement happening for our beloved channel and for those who would hear our particular clarion call. You all have linked up to this. This is wonderful. You are, in a sense, the kind of, what do we say, the word, space holders. You are the anchors. You are the platform adjusters who then hold this kind of template in connection with Osira that we are into the film and the firmament and the connection to the earthly realm. You are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful transceivers, receivers, and then also, of course, transmitters. We are always eternally excited for the opportunity to meet new friends, to be in the alignments. And we too recognize that the energetic shifts upon your planet have been so great. You have all been stabilizing so very much that our adjustment is necessary too. How exciting this is. This means we bridge new ways of being with our human friends, our human family, we say. Because we have always said, we are your light family. We are a light family. We are a part of you. You are a part of us. You could say you are the ground crew on the earthly realm, playing your part in divine connection with the sacred remembrance of your light family. And so we are in full participation. And being in full participation means that we are also required, or at least what we would say responsible, to being attuned to what can serve our human friends the most. What can serve, of course, to this beloved willing channel and the physical body that she inhabits. So it is that we are doing a refinement, a kind of attunement of sorts, because that which this has been a tumultuous recalibration. You are all preparing literally the soil to grow golden crops of reality. That is what you are actively, consciously, and unconsciously doing so much of your days and nights of the earthly realm at this time. Indeed, as our beloved channel said a few moments ago, there is much that allows you to be distracted. But when you come back to center, your interior soul self, the higher aspects of your being, the reasons why you were born and why you stay upon the planet in the physical body, come back to you to help you remember your soul's mission, the reasons why you are embodied at all. It is not because you are being, the word we want to say is, somehow we keep seeing the word. We don't like that word so much, so we're going to try and find another word that would be more beneficial. Sometimes our human friends feel that they are, the word is, paying their dues. Sometimes our human friends get into despair and feel that this is all such a big task. It is so hard to navigate. You have blinders on most of the time, and you feel that you are being, some of you even say, tortured in this lifetime to be in the revealing, that there is much pain and you are navigating all of that. And so the reason why we bring that up is because we are here saying to you now, you have been going through that to the tightest degrees. And yet you are still tilling the soil. You are laying in the golden seeds to bring up those crops in time. And it is very important for you to understand at this time, dearest ones, that the way in which you do this tilling of your own inner soil means that at times you have to pull some things out that need not be there so that the wholeness can grow, so that the golden light can grow, so that those golden seeds can germinate and grow and find their rooting system. But if you have some things that are in that soil that do need to go, they cannot take the same kind of hold to grow the same kind of golden crops. So the reason we say it like that is so that you will understand that, yes, you are still in a shedding process. You are still in a process of releasing. You are in an assimilation to understand how it is that there are things you want to live and things you don't want to live. And then the greater, higher aspects of yourself calls you to the forefront of your beingness to open those doors of change. Sometimes our human friends get stuck and not wanting to change. They keep themselves in a cycle. We would say embrace change to the greatest degree. Embrace change, knowing that every step of the way, you are constantly changing on the inside. So why not allow greater opportunities to allow your experience to change on the outside and match what is happening on the inside? Even when it seems difficult, you are growing through stages of expansion. You are growing through your own, we want to say the word maturity, so we will say that. You are allowing yourself to mature to these higher degrees of your consciousness. This is actually so very, very exciting. You are, we will say the word, weeding out some of those things that now do not serve you. And this is where it gets the dicey side. The dicey side is because you have to pull those things out and let them go and keep moving forward. Yes, we are hearing her say that. So we are recognizing how important it is for you to understand that there are greater multidimensional aspects of being that are awaiting you step by step, day by day, if you will allow yourself to be these embodiments, if you will allow yourself to take up your new next best self. It is to say to yourself, how do you really want to live is a wonderful question. How is it that that interior life feels the most free, the most alive, the most understanding of what it is to be in the experience of light in a body, which ultimately we say is what you really actually are. And yet, sometimes it is hard to embody that next level of light in the human form because you are accustomed to the familiar. This is where we say it is incredibly important at this time to be brave, to be courageous and willing to step into change, to step into inner change. That doesn't mean when we say change that you must dismantle your whole life and move across the world. You may choose to do that, but we would also say, we're not saying that it is all about the outside changes. We are talking about the inside changes first and foremost. That is why we began it with our physical body of our beloved channel, because the interior experience of the physical body of our beloved channel is shifting. There are changes that are happening in the physical body that are allowing greater expansions to embody within and as her. And she's having to be brave in order to step into holding those frequencies. It is the same for you. And then what happens is the outside experience begins to match what the inside experience has already laid down the foundation and stabilized. That is what is occurring for millions and millions and millions of you. It is extraordinary times. And in the worldly sense, what you are seeing and how it is playing itself out does indeed match and represent how much it is happening on the inside for the collective individuals. You are but one, and this is a manifestation of that oneness. And so it is taking on every flavor, shape, and form. And yet, as we said before, many of you are the stabilizers of new reality. You actually have come to be these particular kinds of way showers that literally hold light frequency key codes, anchor them to your own physical embodiment, the life you live, and then literally uphold that grid or that template. We are part of that kind of way, and we are always overjoyed. We mean this truly, overjoyed, completely in joy of the exciting times you are living, to be in connection to you all for that. So the amplification that is occurring on your planet needs you to slow down. The amplification that is occurring upon the planet needs you to slow down. What does that mean? We are teaching this day particular wisdom key codes, codes that tune to how it is that you can better serve yourself, your life, your family, your situations of all kinds, and for the greater mission of the soul purpose you have come to live, which is that the embodiment that you carry is affecting the totality. You are, as we said a moment ago, way showers. You are stabilizers of a new earth, a new grid. You are the light keepers, the light bearers, the light walkers, the way showers of this time. And how you amplify is needed at this time to go slower, to get more in tune, to soften within, to stabilize, and we will dare say, hold those frequencies of light in your physical body. How you do that is to recognize you are light. That is also to attune to a quieter experience. What we mean by that is not that you cannot be excited, not that you cannot go out and live and be living joyfully, expandedly, and widely, and lovingly, and bigly, if that's a word, in the world. We are not saying that. But what we are saying is to come inwardly and to stabilize your own interior experience. That the more you stabilize who and what you are, how it is that you are growing, evolving, and what it is you're really doing here, you anchor that for others. You hold those frequencies for others to, you could say the word, telepathically pick up what it is you are radiating. And then they can, though, have that good idea to, maybe I need to center more. Maybe I need to get more inward. Maybe I need to now take myself to yoga or breath work. These are things that we would say catch on in the telepathic vibrational frequency way. And people say, oh, that's a good idea. I think I should do that now. And then they do that and they become stabilizers. Where did that begin? It doesn't say that it began only and with you, but you are a part of that. The oneness of this totality is calling you all to stabilize the grid of light even stronger. And how you will feel best in doing so is to slow yourself down. Allow your bodies to calibrate to the new frequencies on the earth. Allow yourself to get inwardly at peace and ease and feel the grace of the flow that is supporting you at a multidimensional and spirit level in the light form of the body consciousness. That the more you do that, you are literally anchoring the platforms of the new earth. These are the ways. And we are literally giving you the directions, that's the word we are going to find, the directions and the directives to how you are stabilizing this new earth grid. The more of you who get into right relationship inwardly, the more of you that listen deeply within and do the word, meditate, as she said in the beginning, getting into more willingness to sit and be in silence, to attune to higher frequencies of the higher light forms, to recognize when distraction and old interplay comes in, that you then are able to shed that off, release that, and say, I stand in the new earth grid with the kind of slowness that I am offered into the space of this electromagnetic field that supports me, others, this earth, the highest life that we can have here. And I move that into my own inner experience and my outer experience, my inner experience and my outer experience, my inner experience and my outer experience. The more you do that, dear ones, you literally raise the frequency all around you. All the beings around you are affected by that. You can say it is the word, like telepathy, and it is even beyond that, because it is literally a frequency of consciousness that plugs into others. You literally plug that same kind of frequency into the trees around you, and they feel that stabilization. They feel that light grid, light expansion, energies of the earth in all of her ways, with the natural world around you in all of her forms. The more you energetically attune yourself to dropping those kinds of love, light codes, love bombs of goodness, dropping those golden nuggets along the path everywhere you go. Anytime you are sitting in silence, the more you drop them, the more you consciously take yourself and go to places while you sit in your own home, while you go to nature and you are sitting next to a tree and you are downloading and connecting and you are attuning yourself to the higher frequencies. You are asking your angelic team, you are asking the higher realms, you are calling to us even. We are attuning with you. We will assist you, and you will pull in these light frequency codes that literally attune to the world around you, including the earth in which you are living and the timeline she is participating in, all the ways that you are seeing. And if you send those kinds of frequencies out and you go as a spiritual warrior of light, of love, of harmony, a mystical offering of connection through the ethers, you send yourself to these places and you wash it clean and you heal it and you touch it with love. The more you can visualize and imagine yourself doing that, the more you physically, emotionally are connecting to that in the other realms. We would say to you, this is a sacred technology. You are bilocating when you do these things. You are participating multidimensionally when you know that you have a greater purpose here than just what it appears to be of the limitations of seemingly the body-mind. You are not just this body-mind experience, though you are in your life, though you are participating. We are very much challenging you by the way in which we are slowing our frequency down for you to hear and listen to what it is we are saying. We are saying you are great beings of a spiritual light, having come here in the physical form, which is in and of itself magnificently amazing, to have created form itself that you are participating in, to play this magnificent game of creatorship. You are great creators participating on a multi-dimensional level, forgetting your power most of the time. And we are here to simply bring it down to you again. You are light force. You are love force. You are creation in action each and every day by the way in which you plug in or you do not, the way in which you remember or you do not, the way you choose or you do not. That there is no one way or the right way, but that you keep attuning to come back to the way is the way. That if you do forget, oh, I forgot that I have a choice, you bring yourself back to the choice. That if you forgot that you are the light embodied, you remember and you come back. Oh, that's right, I am the light embodied. I will radiate goodness. I will radiate the power and frequency of love, of healing, of kindness, of compassion, of empathy. I will cast the spells, you could say, of goodness and love and light through all the ways of my being. That the more you do that, the more the higher aspects of yourself become literally embodied. This is what you are all doing. This is the kind of call you have asked yourself to, or you would not be hearing these words. It is simple as that. You have called yourself here for a certain reason, embodied. You would not literally be hearing these words if it was not a part of your code. So then you bring it back in. You get silent each day. If you get scattered and you get disoriented and you forget your purpose or why you're here, or you're caught up in the distraction, or you're caught up in the seemingly outward dramas, you bring yourself back in and you remember that the more you heal and attune and connect to the beingness of the allness that you are, the more that you can actually have the kind of energetic components to multidimensionally affect the entirety all around you. This is some very potent conversation. This is some very potent pointing. This is the ways in which we are offering to help you remember that you are magnificent beings of creatorship, and that you have far more power than you remember most of the time. But that the world distracts you so much, we say, pull yourself back in. Get back in with the oneness that you are. Really come to know the love that you carry. Really come to fall in love with yourself. Energetically, these things are happening for millions upon billions of people in this world who are stabilizing the anchoring of these kinds of codes. It comes in various different ways, and yours is a very key signature of your own life force embodiment. You came with a connection to the higher aspects of your being as a soul signature in this lifetime. This is vital for you to remember. Yours is perfect, however it looks. What big thing is a small thing that you can do? Does not matter. You call it big. Today, the one big thing might just be for you to overcome that you are feeling so down. And that may be the biggest thing of all the ways that you are feeling in your life experience. Key into, how can I be in the golden light realms of remembering who I really am? This helps you then step out and make different choices. It comes from where you start. And where you start is within. Where you start is at the heart of your own being, the soul of your own being, the connection of light within your own being. Everything is born of that first. The world reflects that which you are focused on from within, externally. And so we are really wanting to hold this frequency understanding, hold these light frequency codes, hold this reflection of your divine embodiment, dearest ones. We are bringing this down and merging many of the frequencies within our own beloved channel to these degrees, recognizing some key points that are important for you all at this time too. Some of those key points is for you to believe and see how it is you believe, see how it is you feel attuned to certain things. Certain things may not be in your higher visionary state to walk at this time from the soul's perspective, and it's time to let those things go. Whatever those things are that keep nagging at you, that are just not quite right, you might just want to let go of, or see how it is you can contribute to it becoming more right, whatever it is. Some of the things that we would say also that are important for you to pay attention to is the divinity of the signs that might be showing up in your life, the good ways that you feel, this is a wonderful pointer, this is a great attunement, this is something that I see as a sign of goodness that shows me I'm on the right track. Pay attention to the kinds of things that hold a frequency of goodness for you. What is that for you? Ask yourself regularly, what is goodness for me? What is the light for me? What is it that I am understanding the light as at this time? The other thing we would like to also point to is this idea of the angelic race, which you would say the helpers in the invisible form. And what we mean by that is it comes many different ways you could say that, many different faces, many different names, the ways in which you could label groups, or similar to the idea of councils of light or families of light or angelic races of all kinds. And there's so many different ways human beings have attuned to understand those. What we mean to say, even when you say even Osai Ra, for we are a family of light, we are a council of light, we are many who are in participation with you, holding the highest frequency of that which we already know you are participating in. What we would say to you is, ask yourself how it is you are in connection on a daily basis with those beings of the consciousness who are multidimensional. Ask yourself, are you attuned to the earth angels, those ones who assist you in the highest ways? And ask your higher self to be attuned to those beings, those kinds of consciousnesses, those ways of friendships, those ways of connections. And the reason why is because You all need to see the truth here, and you do when you are connected with souls who remember. Whether or not you directly speak about these things all the time or not, it comes through your recognition of the feelings you get with people. So being attuned to higher frequency states of how you feel when you are with others, and while you are calling in, that you say to yourself, I am in a frequency of the higher dimensions, and I call good people, good situations, the things like this. You say, I attune and want to participate with those who understand earth angel life, understand these ways of the transformation and the transmutation of human consciousness in the evolution of the golden new earth that is coming and being and birthing itself through us. This is the kind of attention you pay. This is the kind of call you make to your higher aspects of being that we believe at this time truly will support you, serve you, and help ground you in the firm foundation of being these light pillars that we have been talking about, that you are. We know that this is really the spiritual missions of many of you. And that is what you are needing to be reminded of, that you are doing, that you are on, that this is this interplay of the great game as you see it, are experiencing now. You are in a joyous experience of earthly life, and having some of those experiences show up in ways that are triggering you to grow. And we would say to you, as we have often said, the moment you step off your physical body, you will say, oh my goodness, what a glorious ride that was. When do I get to go again? In a certain sense, you will say many things like this. You will recognize the totality of the divine orchestration that you set up for yourself. And you will see where you did it and where you could have done it a little differently. Not to say that there is a righter or a wronger way. It's just an assessment of how do you want to play the game. And so this is the evolutionary consciousness that is connected to soul embodiment, the light force embodiment upon the planet at this time. We are absolutely recognizing that these pieces, these remembrances, these parts of the equation are very important. You are all expanding in ways you cannot comprehend while you are in the embodiment, unless you have the willingness to understand your totality, to allow yourself to become greater than the body-mind, to allow yourself to plug in to the infinite intelligence of that which you really are. And that here you are participating, playing the role in the game as you are in perfection. But if you are plugged in simultaneously, remembering who and what you really are, while playing the part and living it, you will have the greater expansion of understanding. You will have the ease and the graceful feeling. You will feel full of grace in the connection to the flow that aligns you. And we use these words very particularly because you need to remember who you really are. You are the light unto the world that is the transformation, bridging a new consciousness for humanity. You are, many of you, the first wave, the way showers. You are the pillars of light anchoring a new template upon the earthly grid. These keys that we have dropped into this conversation have been specifically illuminated with words and tones exactly for what it is that you need at this time to anchor these frequencies within your own body, mind, and to set you forward on your own course. And we are here with you for that. We are in the alignment with you for that. We are activating that for you in that. We are so utterly overjoyed. We are recognizing that little being, and we are not discounting it. This being in protection, indeed. And so we are recognizing too, again, how vitally important it is for you to remember that you have a greater mission and that your soul is calling you forward to these light frequency ways of the multidimensional realm, activating and allowing yourself to slow down and get stiller so that you can hear the widest truth voice within you, your higher self embodied. And as you embody your higher self, you are guided in such a different way. You are not a head running around having 10,000 voices telling you what to do. You are quieter and stiller and in more peace, more ease, more grace, and more flow in the divine design of the orchestration of higher light. And that is the embodiment through and as you, in the soul's mission of the signature that you have come to be. Bring yourself more and more and more willingly to that place, dearest ones, and you will feel the flow in another way that you have never felt it. You will feel this expansion. You will connect with hearts and minds who understand where you are differently. It is time for you to be anchoring this code within you, knowing that you are a pillar of light and knowing you have so much support. You have families of light, you have lineages of light connection, you have your own souls, many thousands of lifetimes even in connection for you to have wisdom key codes to understand how it is you are here to amplify the higher light. This is your way at this time. This is a key in the coding of the angelic many who are here. Many of you already know that you have these key codes for angelic service. Many of you know that you are a higher lighted being in other dimensional frequencies and that this embodiment that you are participating in is perfect. It is perfect. It is perfect. And in this way, it is so much our honor to be in participation with you, helping you to remember the truth of your being, because the game on earth very often has much forgetting. So we come forward, illuminating as best we can, holding the frequencies that would help you remember, holding the frequencies that would help you say, there is truth in that. I know this to be true. Thank you. Thank you, soul family. You say to us, we hear you. Thank you, Osira. We hear you. You say to us, because you do feel those frequencies. You know us in your heart, being, and soul. You know where you come from. Many of you come from where we stand in this very moment on many multidimensional realms of existence. We are a part of this one totality of all that you are a part of too, dear ones. You are masterful creators, going inward to recognize your own light, your own frequency will help you remember at deeper levels while you integrate and stabilize to bring forward that new humanity, that new collective consciousness, because you are a pillar of light, tilling the earthly realm to anchor and drop in more light to set this forward. This is a momentous time in your human experience. It is glorious if you will let it be. It is extraordinary, and you can calibrate both physical body experience, light body experience, your worldly experience, living the life you wish to live. And one thing we would say about that is this, dear ones. On a regular basis, get in with yourself and truly ask yourself, is this life that I'm living the one I really want to live? Ask yourself that on a regular basis and find yourself willing to answer totally honestly. And where there are places where you need to reconfigure, where you need to shed off an old idea because you are owed to do that, or you feel guilty if you do that or don't do that, or you feel obligated to be that or not be that. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to where it is you are living in your own sovereignty, your own autonomy, and your own authority, because it is this soul that you are that illuminates the truth, and you illuminate the truth to others by standing in the knowing of your own autonomy, sovereignty, and authority. By the way in which you plug into the universal connection to the divine helps you align yourself to knowing how to be in stabilization for this new paradigm of reality to birth itself through you. And that the more you listen to your own truth and follow it, you will experience the experience on the earthly realm as being truly a heaven on earth. You will experience yourself being so happy. You will have to allow yourself to accept happiness on a regular basis. You will have to move through the gateways that allow you to face how it is that you've been living before, but now previously you will not live that way anymore. You are willing to open the doors, conception of a greater life on earth, inside yourself first. Happiness, as you often say, is not a constant state. It is a calibration to understanding your higher purposes for why you are even here in the first place. Happiness is not an external thing that you are gratified with. Happiness is a being state within that you know all is well, and peace and joy and appreciation are the feelings of happiness. We would say that the more you attune yourself to these frequencies by getting within, being quiet and finding what needs to go and what needs to grow, you will find yourself happy. You will find yourself attuned to higher light and holding that frequency as the pillar of light, upholding a new template on the earth grid. This is all. This is all, dearest ones. This is all. And so we are honored in this day, overjoyed to be a part of the connection, the communication, the downloading, as is often said, for the higher realms to assist our human friends in every way possible, being that we are willing to come forward as Osira, overjoyed in the opportunity to be with our human friends, energetically assisting and attuning. We look forward to more, dearest one. We bid you the most loving, magical, and happy adieu. Okay. I'm back, and I just want to bring you out of the state of our deep relaxation, however you attuned to listening to and connecting with Osira and their energy. Just want to assist you right now in a super big breath in and releasing, taking in everything that they said that supports you, and receiving the higher light and the higher guidance and the higher offerings that they brought in, assimilating that into the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, the light bodies, the feeling bodies, integrating and connecting to all parts of yourself and feeling blessed by this experience. I hope you are feeling blessed by this experience of the download and connection to and with Osira. So bringing yourself back to the moment, bringing yourself back to your physical body and the room you're in and the space you're in and the place you're in and the timeline that you're in. Maybe you jumped some timelines when you were listening and connecting. So bringing yourself back to this body, this lifetime, this connection of your greater expanded self. That's what I'm hearing, a greater expanded self in manifesting and creating the divine consciousness through and as you. You know, I often do these kinds of things, teach them at my workshops, various things, but I'm feeling like we just need to keep remembering that we are grounded in the light, and that we open up to the light and we ground the light, and that light expands us in our consciousness and in our bodies and in our health and our wellness. And yes, that feels really, really good. So I really hope this was helpful and special. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Mindy. And hi, Sufjan. I love that. Thank you. You're welcome. Incredible channeled message today. Great. Thank you, Kathy. I really appreciate all your reflections here when you type in. I know many of you don't type in, and that's okay. I love and appreciate you that you're actually online with us. And, for all of you who are listening again in the replay, and I hope you will, even if you've been here on this live call right now, that you will come in and listen again, and even take the, usually Laura, I'm pretty sure we do this on this one. We take the channeled piece and offer it on a video or on audio. And sometimes what I find to be really helpful from many years ago, and I can't say I always do this now, but I definitely know that it really helps. Many of my clients tell me that they listen to the channeled piece as they're going to sleep and allow it to just absorb into the subconscious mind, which is super potent, and really then helps us embody it. So I feel like today's message was really direct and super activating, clarifying, and important. So I think that this one would be a really good one, just the succinct channeling to listen to the audio or the video in the background as you're taking a nap or as you're going to sleep or something like that would be probably really good, because it feels like it was really clarifying is the word I keep getting, and action oriented almost. So I hope this was helpful for September. Boy, I know that there's a lot coming up with September for so many of us. So many of us are really stepping into these leadership roles, into these connections of how it is that we go into the world and really speak the truth and be the truth and live the truth. And how we do that is really, really showing up. So it's time for us to step into our power and into our light while we're really getting, I think I hear the word is stabilized. We're still getting stabilized. So it's okay to feel like, oh my God, this is so heavy and big. That's when you need to take care of yourself more. That's when you need to love yourself more and be really gentle with yourself. And then you'll get enough strength from taking care of yourself to step back in and start again and to do more. So, thank you, Lilia. Exactly what I needed. I feel so much better. Thank you so much. So blessed to have Osira in this lifetime. Boy, I feel that too. I feel like they are just literally paving the way. I cannot tell you how often I see an actual golden road. It's one of the reasons why Light the Way is what this call is. It's called Light the Way because I have these constant visuals of seeing the way that I am a seer, of this is the way, this is the way. They're always rerouting and showing the way, and it's always golden. It's always like a golden road. And so stay on the golden road. We're all supporting each other for it. We are all igniting the light on this planet. We are all holding that space with each other and for each other. And really, that's everything. We can have the best relationships, the best bank account, the best houses all over the planet. None of that means anything if we don't have true connection and purposefulness, right? So it's our purpose in life. It doesn't matter if you have a huge pool of people that you are in connection with regularly, or you have two. You are affecting the entire energetic field of our world by what it is you are doing with yourself on the inside. And so the more that we do that, we step into our leadership within. It doesn't mean the leadership has to be outside. It means that we do that naturally from the place that we have grown within. So it's my honor to be growing and going this road with you. It is really my honor. Not always easy. Definitely want to throw a fit and kick and scream and think that it needs to be some other way plenty of times myself. I know I'm not alone in that. And yet there is nothing more rewarding and nothing more for being here. I mean, like literally, I can't think of any other reason. I don't have any other reason. This is everything. So it's my honor to be with you all. It's my honor to get to be with Osira and connect with them and allow them to move through the space and use my sound frequencies of my voice and all of it. So I love you all. Happy September. Boy, oh boy, we're in for a good golden road of riding the wave. So I love you all. Thank you for being here. Replay this and see what's coming up for me and all that I'm offering. I know that I'm doing a podcast next week. I'm excited about that. And just sending you so much love. So much love. I look forward to seeing you all at least on the first Wednesday of next month. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.